Hey everyone, welcome to your very first webinar, and today's one is going to be about how to get started with a project on Billet. I'm Achnaim and I'm the co-founder of Billet, and I'm just going to give you a quick walkthrough. I'm going to take on a project, do the first week of tasks, as well as submitting deliverables. And yeah, if you haven't already, please do subscribe, as we will be having future webinars that will be really informative for you. And without further ado, I think we can get started. Oh, a quick note, you will have to have a Billet account, so if you haven't already, please do create one. But for today, we're just going to log into our account instead. Okay? Okay. So just navigating to the login page and put in your email and password, and just click the login button that will direct you to your dashboard. Okay, on the right of your dashboard, you will see a verify your email toggle, and yes, these are things that you will need to do. Just think of this as checklists, things on a checklist that you basically need to complete. So it's verifying your email and completing your profile. Just to give you a brief or a quick guide on how to do it, I'm just going to complete my onboarding steps for telling you about yourself and choosing a career path as well. So for the first onboarding form, it's just a few basic information about yourself, such as where do you live, your level of university, or if you didn't go to university, you can also still add any certifications. Okay, once your profile has been updated, you can just close that. And then for uploading your CV, we do have a CV template, and yes, you do need to download it, as this is the CV that we will be taking out. This is a CV that we will be giving over to clients. So every user's CV has to be in a certain format, and there's a few things that we need everyone to have on their CVs. So you can just click on the download the CV template, and then once you've edited all the information, you can just come back here and upload it, and yeah, that's it. You're basically done. So let's just complete the second one and then move on to projects. For choosing a career path, we do focus on six career paths, so you can just choose the one that you're most comfortable with. You can still take on as many projects as you want in different fields. It doesn't really gate you to anything. It's just for us to know what you might be comfortable with, and also for us to kind of give you opportunities in the future based on the tag that you've chosen. So today I'm just going to choose front end and then submit that. Okay, you see that your choose a career path button is still visible, so that means you have to now choose a recommended project, and this is just based on the tag that you chose before. We do recommend a project for you that might be a best fit. No, you don't have to take on this project, but it's just to get you started instead of going through a list of projects and not being sure which one to start with. Okay, so the recommended project for me is to build a responsive landing page. That seems very accurate. And just to get started, you can either click the start project here, but for today I'm going to walk you through the project library, because that's where most of you will be going to take on a project. So I'm just going to close this, that's fine. And yeah, you can either access all our projects either by scrolling down to available projects and viewing all, or go to the navbar and go to projects. Okay, so just a quick guide on all our projects. We have 3 levels of projects. We have projects for beginners, intermediate, and expert levels. For today, I'm going to take on a beginner one, just to do perhaps the first week, just to show you how you would go about it as well. but you can take on projects under the immediate and expert tags as well, and these are under our paid plan. Okay, from in the project library you can go through all the projects, and we do continuously keep adding projects every week, so you can keep coming back here seeing what you want to take on. But for now I am going to get started with the responsive landing page, which was suggested as a recommended project. Okay, once you've chosen a project, you will be able to see the project description, and I do suggest that we all go through the project description, your objectives, what you'll learn, just to make sure that you are fully comfortable with the project before you take it on. If you aren't, of course, you can always unenroll from a project and take on one that you actually want to really do. So just going down the page, we can see that we'll be doing a project for a simulated company called EcoRenew Solutions. And it looks like they are looking to develop a landing page. And with this project, it has all the basic features. Yes, the hero, about, services. Okay, I think I am comfortable with this project. So, and of course, another thing, if you are not sure how the projects work, still, if you haven't watched this video, of course, but if you're unsure how the projects work, you can always watch the How It Works guide that we have on the website. And this just gives you basically a video version of what I'm just explaining in this webinar. So you can sit and watch this at your own time, but for now we are going to get started with the project. Once you click the Get Started button, you will see that your project has been added to your dashboard. So please do just go back to your dashboard, and then that's when you can start with your project. Okay. Sponsor landing page. All right, so this is your project workspace. A few things on this page. You will see that you have to download project assets, and these are things like logos, brand guidelines, design systems, any sorts of data that you will need during your project. You will also see that you have week 1 on your right, that when you open it, those are your tasks. Once you've completed week 1, you'll have access to week 2, week 3, week 4, and so on, depending on the duration of the project. And for this project, I can see that the duration is 1 month, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, so 1 month, 4 weeks. And all right, another thing, if you're still stuck on a project, you can always contact us by clicking on the contact support button. You can also reach us through the bot on your right hand side. That is our AI assistant, and it will guide you on projects, any sorts of information that you might not understand. So you can always prompt it here and ask a question. Okay, but for now I am going to download the project assets. Save. All project assets are going to be in a zip folder, so just extract those to have access to them. Okay, once you've extracted all your project assets, you will see that you have a few logos in PNG format. You will also see that you have logos in SVG format. And the most important thing, you will see that there is a brand guideline that you have access to for the simulated company that needs this landing page. Okay, just going through the guideline, it will have basic information. So the company's introduction, you can see that it's an renewable energy solutions company. That is good to know. You can also see that, let's see. Their values are also something that we can also incorporate on the landing page, and the logo proportions. Typography, that's good to know because we do not have to go shopping for a font. So let's just keep this in the backs of our mind. Okay, and the most important is their colors. Okay, what I am going to do is just take a screenshot of this. Okay, I'll come back to that in a bit. Alright, I've downloaded the project assets. Let's see what week 1 has in store for us. Okay, so from all the tasks, it's asking us to gather the placeholder content that aligns with the energy renewable theme. So any text images that we want to use. We'll begin researching and collecting inspiration for the landing page. Create the initial wireframe, outline the layouts, begin developing the UI placeholder. Okay. Continue working on the UI, focusing on visual appealing. Explore. Okay. So we can download the fonts for this project probably here. Okay. Pixels and splash. Finalize that design. Okay, that seems pretty straightforward. I mean, there are a few resources as well that are here that I have access to. So, okay. Let's start by downloading a font. Okay, just from the brand guideline, the font that this company uses is Inter, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, Inter. I'm not going to be downloading the font here because it's already within my system. So this, from Google Fonts, this is where you can come and download Inter if it's already not installed on your PC. So just click the Get Font button, but I will not be doing that today. Where I will get started with is setting up the Figma file for this project. So just heading to Figma now, and create a new design file. Okay, yeah, that's sufficient. Okay, what I normally like to do first when I'm working on a project is to add any styles, so colors, as well as make sure that I have the font, which I already know I have it. So for the colors, I took a screenshot of their color palette here, so I'm just going to copy this and paste it here. And okay. There is a more efficient way to do this, I know, but this is what we're doing today. Okay, so let's just title this as black. Grab this, grab it. Good stuff. Okay, and that looks like a dark blue. Light lime. I'm really bad at naming colors, clearly. And the last one looks like a gray, so let's just grab that. Okay, delete that, don't need that anymore. Okay, the colors are fine, that's all I need from that. In terms of font, I already have a font. And now let's go look for some inspiration for this project. So from the brand guidelines, we can see that this project is about renewable energy. And from that, that's already a good thing to go on with. So I already started looking at renewable energy website inspirations. For inspiration, you can use anything from Pinterest to Dribbble to Behance. I do like using Pinterest because it's a little bit more realistic in terms of designs. But for today, we're just going to use Behance and Dribbble and see what we get away with. There are other inspiration type websites for, yes, inspiration. They're not coming to me right now. But if you do want to know all the places that you want to get inspiration for landing pages, for dashboards, for anything around design, drop a comment and I will give you the links to that. Okay, so for this project I am thinking, or at least from what I'm reading on their tasks, let's just go back here and see what exactly they want from us. So for the home section, the hero section, at least for the page, they want something that is captivating, hero background of renewable solutions, clear compelling heading, brief tagline. Okay, that seems clear-cut. Okay, so what I do like to do in terms of copy, since I do not have access to copy right now, what I am going to do is use our girlfriend ChatGPT for placeholder copy. And I do say placeholder copy because you will need to edit this and give it more a realistic feel. So I am just going to give it a basic prompt. Let's see. Please. Let's see. Copy. So this will give us. Okay, that's quite good. Obviously, you will have to swap out things like their mission or their values, things that obviously do not align with what the company is looking for. But for now, we can see that we have a basic hero heading and then a little bit of a paragraph, so that's a good start. And from the project description, so I can use a hero image or video background. I do feel I might develop it with a video background instead, but for today, just to make it easier, I'm going to use an image. So when I think of renewable energy, I think of turbines, sustainability, and these are things that are also visible within their guidelines. So let's look for an image that is appropriate. Okay, while that's loading. Okay, back to Figma. To get started, I am going to grab a frame for the desktop, and this is just so that you can start building out the landing page. So let's just name this home. Okay. Since I am a local developer, I do not typically build everything from scratch, and I will be using components today just to get through this build. And the components that I do use is Realm. And we're just going to start off with a nav bar for this project. So let's just give it a simple nav. I'm thinking this. Okay, that looks good. Don't need the background. Do not need that stroke. In terms of color, let's see how this color is going to look like. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm seeing that they do not have a white in their brand guidelines, which is fine. So we can just add one here. I typically do not like using stark white. Let's keep it as an ash white here. Okay. Okay, that looks good. And this is where all the project assets that you downloaded come in, because you will now have to go and get the company logo. So there are a few logos that you can use, but for this one I think I'm going to use their darker logo. So that's group 5. Just drag that in, put here for a bit. little bit too big, so just size it down. Thank you. For the buttons, I'm going to give it a little bit of a border here, and then I think, let's see how this color looks. Yeah, this is one of their dark blues. And just to avoid doing all of this at a later stage, I'm going to change this to Inter, which is one of their fonts already, so just change these ones as well. And yeah, that's basic, but we are done with that. Now obviously you can add more styling to it as you see fit, but this is just to give you an understanding of what we're going to be doing. Okay, and normally for this project I would also start off with wireframing first instead of styling, but we are going to get through this as fast as possible. Okay, just going back to our components, I would now like to start with the hero. So they said that you can use anything from a hero image to a hero image or a video, but we are going to use an image instead, and prefer this one instead. And let's just put that here. Ah, I see what I did. That goes down there. Okay. Move that. Okay. This is the component that I grabbed. Okay. It's supposed to grab this one. Change this to an image. Okay. We are now going to look for an appropriate image, something that gives renewable energy but does not look like it's stock imagery. So something that's also not too bright. And these are just things that you should keep in mind when you're building your landing page. So let's see. I think something like this might work. Okay, go back to Figma. Let's see how this will look like. As you can see, that's a little bit bright, so I'm just going to turn this a little bit higher. Let's see, 55. No, it's too dark. Okay, there's that. Give it a heading. Change this to Inter. Copy that button style and add it to this one. I do not need this button. As you can see, there's already something not right with this image, and from the start it just looks a little bit too bright. Even if you change this, yeah, the image is a little bit too bright. So we're just going to grab another one that's a little bit more appropriate to this project. So a lot of solar panels. Let's just take out all the AI generated images and choose photos, and let's just go for free. See what we get. Okay, this one looks a little bit better. Download that. Yeah. Ah, look at that, the difference in image mix. Okay, so we already generated a little bit of copy for this page, so I'm just going to grab that and see how this looks with the copy. Ooh, perfect. And obviously when you are developing this, because you all have to go through development for this project, at least for this, for this project. When you're developing it, you can add animations to the text, any sort of interactions to the buttons. It's really up to you, but I'm just going to, let's see, let's drag this out a little bit and then make sure that this is set on hug. That's a little bit too much. So it's a lot of decision making that you have to go through really with your landing page, but it's just to make sure that you deliver the best possible design, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, so I'm done with the hero section. I'm done with the nav bar. I can come add the navigation links at a later stage. That is fine. And just going back to your project brief, from here you can see that they do need an about us section. That's fine. They have services as well, so they provide us like 3 services. Okay, and then we're going to start off with the about us section. For the about us section, we do not need a lot. I'm thinking something with a little bit of paragraph text on the right and a little bit of a heading on the left. So yikes, just give it a second. So something, let's go for the headers. Yeah, something like this would work as well. I'll set that to hug. Set that to enter. This is a continuous thing. Obviously, you do not have to do this in terms of editing your font. You do not have to continuously do this right now. You can do this after wireframing, but we're just going to get it out of the way now. There's a lot of white space, which is fine, obviously, but I'm feeling like I want to just draw a little bit of the difference between the hero and the about section, so I can just make that a different color. Something, okay, the color is a little bit too bright. So just detach that, bring it down to 65. Okay, let's see how this works. I'm not married to it, but we might have to come change this a little bit later. Down to 45. Okay. So the about us section, from the brand guidelines, they do have a little bit of an introduction, which is fine. Claim to, I'm just going to put that here a little bit, come back to it. Delivering. Okay. That is also something that we can use. Okay. Let's go back to chat and see what it gave us. Okay. So this is a little bit long for the about section, but I do like the heading here. So this is what we're going to use for this side. And mission is to clean system. Okay. We're going to stop here. Okay, just going to take that out, grab that, section that a little bit. I do not like how small this is, so maybe you just bring it up to 19. And then do the same for this one. This is a little bit wordy, so let's take out a little bit this because we're going to talk about the mission. And then bring that down to this. Global transition. It's clean, sustainable, energy, perfect. That is good. That works. Okay, so I'm going to go towards a clean and minimalist website, and from their brand guidelines, you can also see that it might lean towards clean and minimalist. So for a brighter, cleaner future. Just when you think of renewable energy, it's something that's clean. And you can see this also in their brand guidelines, and bright. So these are keywords that stick out. And okay, let's move on to the next section. So services, and then impact section, teams, contact, for, and then we are done. Okay, just for week one, you can see that there is completed wireframes that are needed, and there is also the UI design. And I am just going to duplicate this because I've already started with the UI design. So for the wireframe, I'm just going to take that image out. And yeah, we can come deep in the color for that. Services. So for services, let's see how everyone else has displayed services when it comes to renewable energy. Well, just when it comes to the landing page itself. Let's start with this. Okay. I like this section, especially like the big cards and big text, and like cards is really in. So we're going to start with that. Actually, this whole section might really work for their services. Let's try and find something similar. If not similar, could create something close to this. Okay, I think this might work. Let's just put it here. See, the tricky thing is you're really supposed to start off with wireframing, but normally I just start off with wireframing, and then I really want to get into adding colors and images. But I do suggest that you start off with wireframing just to make sure that all of your sections and layouts make sense. And also you don't get caught up in all the colors and designs and images just yet. So you just focus on the skeletal structure of everything. But we all have our processes, and this is mine. Okay, so we are just going to move that to this side and make sure that all of you you do not want to deal with it later. We do not need the tag. We also don't need the border around that. And this seems like a good start for our services. I think we do have 3. Yes, solar energy, wind energy, bioenergy. Okay, and then impact section. Showcase positive impacts of projects with statistics, infographics, case studies. Okay, so those can be anything from testimonials, right? Also, and we don't really have any of these, so we can create a section for this. Let's see what chat gave us. Let's generate some copy for an impact section. So it's just projects and case studies, and then also testimonials. I think we need all three. We're going to take projects and then a little bit of the testimonials as well. This seems more like a CTA, yeah. Okay. Let's start off with projects. Sections. I'm going to go for something that is not too complicated, that's just a little bit simple, and I do realize that there's a lot of blocks following each other and I do not like that, so I can already see that the layout is not working for me, and this is something that I'm going to change in a bit. For now, we're just going to keep this as is. I'm also going to grab a testimonial section and here. Testimonials. Let's go for something that is just probably a slider would work for this. Actually, a slider would be really good for this one. Take that. Take that out of here. And the last thing we need is a call to action. Let's have a call to action in one of their colors. So let's add something like, actually I want to incorporate more imagery to their website. Not seeing a lot of that just yet, so good start. This has been bothering me for a little bit, so I'm just going to bring that down to gray to indicate that it's a wireframe. Okay, just take that color out to a black. Okay, now that looks more like a wireframe. Let's match those colors. Delink that and do the same here. Okay. Okay, cool. Just to make sure that we don't get confused, this is going to be our portfolio section. And that's obviously our customer testimonials and then our call to action. Cool. And then they also have a team section, contact us footer. Okay. Let's see from here. Okay, that's all the inspiration this has offered us. Let's move on to something else. Actually, I know how I want to display the team. I think I know how to display this. Let's just quickly go back here. Okay. Oops. Down. I'm going to probably add like 3 team members. Keen on adding too many, so let's see. 1, 2, 3 down here. Do not need that. Do not need social icons. Yes, we need their job title. We will not be needing this. Okay. Let's just duplicate those cards and delete those ones. Perfect. Okay. I do not like the borders on these ones, so I'm just going to remove that. Keep it clean. Okay. It's going to break this up. Custom testimonials are typically not supposed to be that high. so from this section it was yes, services. So that I have that in my head. Services, portfolios, call to action, team, customer testimonials, and the final two things. Okay, we have a contact form and then we have a footer. So let's just grab those ones. Let's go for a really simple contact form. I think the first one is going to work. Okay, and then grab a footer. We do not have a lot of links to other pages. Probably going to have section links, so just anchor links when you do develop this website. Perfect. Okay, this is just going to add a grain, detach that, just so I know that this has to be another color. Okay, that looks like something that we can start with. Obviously from here we're going to add the images for the services and then a few of the case studies, style the CTA, add a few team members, generate some placeholder testimonials, style the form, and add some life to the footer. Okay, so our wireframe is basically done. It's the most basic version for wireframe, but it's a good start. And just to start with the UI design for this, let's go back here. No, services. So we have 3 services. I'm going to start off with that. Grab those and let's keep it here. Since now we're styling, so let's focus on adding life to this. I do not like the bold. Let's keep it clean. Let's just make this as a semi-bold. Okay, so we have 3 services already that gave us copy for, so let's just confirm. So we have solar energy, wind energy, and bioenergy. There's solar power solutions, so you can use that one, wind energy, and okay. Services. Oops. Do not like that first sentence, so I'm just going to take that out. I think this one works just fine. And let's style these cards. Because we already started off with borders, 10 pixels, so we're just going to go on with that. We do not need the taglines. So what we're going to focus on You have a certain color that I'm choosing, so let's just choose this one. Okay. So let's just style the first color, let's just duplicate that and delete the others that we didn't style. So you can animate this as you want, of course, and just to make sure that you have kind of a guidelines on how to develop this, you can just toggle on the dev mode. I do not have access to that, obviously, but you can toggle that on just to see how to go about developing your website. Okay, let's continue. So one of our services is solar energy. Cool. I'm just gonna grab that paragraph. Put that down here. Just leave it like this. Okay, take out the first, and then keep it as short as possible. Okay, so just for images, we'll go back to FreePic and find a few more images that fit well with one of their services. There's a lot of solar panels that we're going to be including in this, but we are going to focus on adding kind of a human filter as well. So image. Perfect. And then just do the same. Okay, so I'm just going to delete this again and then duplicate that again. The next one that we're focusing on is wind energy, right? Is wind energy and then bioenergy. Cool. Just grab the image for wind energy. Save that. That. Yeah, I can see that it's a little bit cut off, so it's just into where we actually want it to show, and let's bring it up a little bit. Good. Okay. Let's just grab the paragraph for this. That's sufficient. Okay, and the next one was bioenergy, right? Yep. Okay. Here. Obviously, when you're coming to develop your landing page, you'll have a little bit more time to make decisions or to choose the right images that go for you. This is just for the purposes of the webinar and to show you how I would go about it, or at least the fastest way how to go about it, and this is definitely the fastest way. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab the image for bioenergy and just let that download for a bit. Okay, and just go back to Figma, grab the image for bioenergy and insert that where it's supposed to go, and just okay, and that looks good. Okay, so this is where I'm going to stop for this webinar, and this was just to give you a quick guide on how I would approach it, starting from wireframing and UI design. And yeah, that brings us to the end of today's webinar. From here, there are a few things that you're going to have to do. This is obviously your week 1. So when it comes to deliverables, what I would do, since this is going to be a link to the Figma file and not an attachment, I'm just going to copy the link so I can share it. So copy that, go back to my workspace, and under week 1, When you open that, you will see that you have tasks that you need to tick off. This is for your knowledge when you're busy with a project, just to see where exactly you are. And you tick off each task within the week and click on the upload deliverable button and insert your link and upload your deliverable. And that's about it. You continue that same workflow for week 2, week 3, week 4, and so on, depending on the duration of your project. And that is about it for our webinar. Okay, so now you are done with your project, and after you've uploaded obviously week 1, you have access to week 2 and so on. And just to let you know, once you have completed the entire project and you are on one of our paid plans, so the accelerated plan, and you have been a top performer in one of our projects, so submitting deliverables on time, your scorings on weekly deliverables has been optimal. That means we do connect you to prospective hiring clients. So this is where your CV comes in. We pass over your CV as well as anything that the client may require in terms of hiring you or wanting to contact you to hire you. Okay, so that brings us to the end of our webinar. Thank you so much for watching everything in terms of how to get started with a project, going through tasks and deliverables. And I will be responding to your comments, so if you've left any comments during this webinar, I will get onto those ones as well. And thank you so much for watching. See you in the comment area.